Welcome back to the 15th Annual Sin City Classic presented by Lexus. I'm Roman Jimenez, and joining me in the broadcast booth is the voice of gay softball, Naga Hall of Famer Rich Siegel. Rich, take it away.
Thank you. Drew Stone took the first pitch for a strike and now hits one into right center field for a base hit. He's the leadoff base runner. He's the right center fielder for the DC Rockets.
Of the Chesapeake and Potomac Softball League, CAPS, as they are affectionately referred to. And up comes now the former commissioner of CAPS, Tony Mace.
And he is the second baseman. He said I could give a shout out back to DC to whomever I wanted to. He said he goes, you know who I'm talking about. He takes the pitch for a ball and now hits this one on the ground to second base. One out at second. Lewis's throw to first is in time, as 4-6-3 double play. Nice relay throw there by the shortstop Ricky Lewis. The putout will go 4-6 and then 4-6-3 for the double play, and that's 2 outs here in the top of the first for Chad Menke. The pitcher for the Fury is Yuli Hernandez, as they want to give him some throws in this game. And Menke swings and hits one and out into left field. Halsey giving chase, the ball bounces in front for a hit. So Menke is a 2-out base runner with a single, the second hit of the inning for the DC Rockets. The first hit erased on the double play, and that'll bring up the cleanup batter, Matt Bearden.
They throw in a courtesy runner, number 4, to run there at first base.
And that's Drew Stone,
the leadoff batter.
And the first pitch to Matt Bearden is a strike. Next one, a little too high, so that is deemed illegal.
A little more than 12 feet.
The next one, there's a line drive to the third baseman, snagged by Shane Giroux, and that's the inning. 2 hits, 1 left. After 1/2 inning, our score is the DC Rockets 0 and the LA Fury coming to bat on the Cloud Sports Network.
Now that we have a break in the action, I want to tell you about my friend Bridget at Angel Babies Surrogacy and Egg Donation. They're an international agency that's proudly helped queer folks build their families from all over the world for 20 years. If you're gay and ready to add to your family, then you're going to need an egg donor and a surrogate. Bridget and her family, her team at Angel Babies, have high-quality, affordable egg donors and surrogates ready to help. High-quality, affordable egg donors and surrogates. And believe me, you want Bridget on your team. She is amazing, and her success rates are outstanding. Wherever you are in the United States, she won't quit until you've achieved your dream. To get Bridget on your team, head over to absurro.com. That's absurro.com, and get in touch with my friend Bridget today. They work and screen their egg donors and surrogates so intensively. They want to make sure that they're in it for the right reasons. And the right reasons is to help grow and to build families. And Bridget does a great job at screening these folks and making sure everyone's on the same page. You want to definitely get them on your team.
Fidel Reyes is the pitcher for the DC Rockets. His battery mate, the catcher, is Brian Forney. And in the bottom of the first for the Fury, we'll have Chris Halsey, Jason Poplinski, and Raymond Rivera. Fury winning the previous game when they beat the Palm Springs Roadrunners, who advanced to this game in the round robin. They won 18-12, and the first pitch to Halsey is a strike. And the next pitch is high in the air to center field. Drawing the beat on it is the left center fielder.
That was just about 3 feet away from the warning track.
That's Jake Braddock, and that is out number 1. For Jason Poplinski.
Jason's given a shout out to his family in Michigan.
And he uses that shot out by lining one into right center field for a hit. Continue.
Right, no, that's I think that's what happened. That's the family in Michigan helped him along. He's also missing his teammates Rick Morris, Gavin, and Chad. Rick Morris they're 2 different people. Rick and Morris.
Raymond Rivera grounds one. Nice stab by the shortstop. He's going to get a double play. 6-3 on the double play. Nice play by the shortstop, Matt Bearden, who touched second And on to first for the double play, and that ends the inning. A hit and nobody left. No score after 1.
That's 2 innings in a row where we've seen a double play. Or I guess 2 half innings in a row. As we go into the break here, I want to tell you about another good friend of mine, Dr. Samuel Wood and his team at Gen 5 Fertility. Dr. Wood and his team at Gen 5 is where queer folks go when they're ready to talk to a doctor. Look, when you're part of the queer community and you're ready to build your family, finding a doctor who will listen can be tough. Well, I promise you have a friend at Gen 5 Fertility. You see, I know Dr. Wood, and I've worked with him for 10 years. I promise you, he doesn't just welcome queer parents, he celebrates them. Several of my friends have built their families with his help, so whether you're gay, lesbian, bisexual, or trans, wherever you fit in our fabulous rainbow, I promise you, Dr. Wood and his team at Gen 5 Fertility is the place to go when it's time to build your family. Visit them today at gen5fertility.com. Click on the Family Pride tab to learn more. That's gen5fertility.com, and tell them Roman sent you.
Jake Braddock will lead off here in the top of the second. He bats out of the 5th position in the lineup, their left center fielder, and he takes a ball.
We've had really good luck with having some sponsors come to the Cloud Sports Network this year who are eager to help folks build their families. Our community specifically needs a lot of help when it comes time to have kids, and these companies have stepped up. I've known both of these companies for decades now, and they have been a part of our community for that long, and they are strong supporters of our community.
And we're grateful to them and thank them for their support as well. Jake Braddock draws a leadoff walk, and that brings up Jake Carson. Jake plays left field for this team. And he swings at the first one and goes out into right center field. And the catch is made, and that's the first out. Raymond Rivera making the easy catch. 1 down, 1 on. For Roger Grant, the commissioner of Chesapeake and Potomac. Roger Grant swings and grounds one to the third baseman. That might be 2 out at second and safe at first.
Pup Dorley over there with the call. They with the emphatic sell safe call. One of the few non-binary umpires in the USA Softball Association, and one of the few that we have an opportunity to work with here.
Charlie Bruno now with a runner at first and 2 out. And there's a fly ball hit out into left field. It is foul. They call her Charlene. And the pitch swung on and hit up the middle, and that is on for a base hit. On his horse and headed to third base is Roger Grant. First and third now with 2 out. Here's Aaron Fischbach. Third base coach Tony Mace said, "We need this run, let's go," but he drives one to the third baseman. Third baseman caught the ball, dropped it, and then recovered through to second base, and the runner is safe at second on a bobble, says Pup Dorley, and that allows Jake Braddock to score the first run of the game. Braddock was running for Roger Grant, and now the next batter is Brian Fournier, and he hits a slow roller to first baseman Larry Ruiz, and that will end the inning. 1 run in for the DC Rockets here in the top of the second, and after an inning and a half, it is 1-0 the DC Rockets over the LA Fury on the Cloud Sports Network.
I have some sad news to share now. Rich, as you know, I am a USA certified tournament umpire in addition to being your broadcast partner here. And the umpire community lost a member of our family just earlier today. It was announced that Carla Cash, a longtime umpire from the Dallas area, died rather suddenly from a heart attack. And we learned that information today. Our condolences, our deepest condolences to the Cash family and to the Dallas community and to all of those who knew and loved Carla, and a great fond remembrance of all of the contributions that she's made to the umpire community and here the softball world. You are missed already, Carla.
Oh my gosh, that is such tough news. We saw her in Columbus at the World Series. She showed up. Chatted
She's
briefly.
usually here.
She is usually here, yes. Oh, that is a shame. Condolences, so sad. Here's Matt Malin hitting leadoff fly ball out into left field, and the catch is made by Jake Carson, and that's the first out here in the bottom of the second for Ricky Lewis, the shortstop. Ricky Lewis takes a strike call. A ball and 2 strikes. There's a pop into right center field, giving chase, and having the ball drop in front of him is the right center fielder, Drew Stone. And so Ricky Lewis is on with a single with 1 out. Here's Larry Ruiz. Larry Ruiz takes a ball. And now swings and hits a slow roller to second base. Mace has it, goes to shortstop for the force.
Nice glove work there
Ricky
from
Lewis
Tony.
is out. 4-6 on the putout. And reaching on the fielder's choice is Ruiz or Rafael Mercado, the right fielder. And there's a slow roller back to the pitcher. Fidel catches it, goes to first, and safe at first. Here's Shane Giroux. And Giroux hits one out into right center field. The ball off the glove of the dive by Drew Stone. A run will score as Larry Ruiz crosses the plate, and it is 1-1. Here's Jamie Estrada with 2 out. He lifts one foul to the right side and out of play.
When he's done with that other scorebook, he's done with it. Jose is the coach of Wicked. They're coming on to this field. He's ready with his
There's some one hit out into right center field. The ball falls for a hit in front of Drew Stone. This will plate 2, and it's 3-1. Rafael Mercado and Shane Giroux both score on that hit by Estrada. That'll bring up the catcher, Antonio Martinez. First pitch deemed illegal. 2 balls and a strike. And there's a drive up the middle and past the outstretched glove of Tony Mace into center field for a base hit. And on his horse headed to third is Estrada, and he is safe.
Pup Dorley there with the emphatic safe call all over it, in great position. That's called pub garp, in case you're wondering. That particular mechanic executed to perfection.
Yuli Hernandez, the pitcher. Swings and lofts one into left center field, and that ball gets down and for a hit in front of Jake Braddock, and another run scores as Estrada crosses the plate. It's now 4-1 for the Fury. On the play, Martinez hits second, and the last batter in the order is Tommy Craven. Craven swings and hits one in left center field, and that's down for a hit. And everybody will move up a base, and the bases will be loaded for the top of the order, Chris Halsey. In his first at-bat, Halsey hit a fly ball to left center field. We have 2 outs here in the bottom of the second, so all this done after the second out. And the first pitch to Halsey is a strike.
Hitting with 2 outs in a tournament is what championship teams
There's
are
a
made
grounder
of.
to third, fielded by the third baseman. Tags the bat. That's Menke, 5 unassisted, and that ends the inning. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 runs in the inning for the Fury. We'll get that confirmed. And after 2, our score is now the LA Fury 4 and the DC Rockets 1 on the Cloud Sports Network.
And that's confirmed. We've recently been told, or we now know, rather, not recently been told, but we now know what the next game is that we have in our coverage. Here in tournament play, once the tournament begins, we often don't know this until the teams walk onto the field. But we know now that the next game we have will feature 2 of the great leagues in our organization. America's Finest City Softball League and San Diego's Wicked, the lone one of only 2 C teams in San Diego playing here at the Sunset Park, will face the Montrose City Softball League, Houston, the Toros. That'll be our next game at 2 o'clock.
Top of the third for the DC Rockets, the bottom of the order of Fidel Reyes, and then we go back to the top of the order, Drew Stone and Tony Mace. And the second pitch to Reyes after the foul ball is a slow roller down the third base line, and he is out. What position is this guy playing and this guy? And the first pitch to Drew Stone is a strike. He singled his first at bat. And then takes this one outside. There's a base hit up the middle. On into center field for a hit. And he is on for the second time today. And that'll bring up Tony Mace. First pitch is illegal. And that pitch is in for a strike. Two and two the count. And the next one, he swings and lifts one in the air to right field. The catch is made. That is not Tommy Craven in right field. I got to get the number on that. Can't see. Antonio Martinez is now playing right field, and he makes the catch, and that is out number 1 for Chad Menke. And Menke hits one foul down the left field line.
Richard Larimore has commented on Facebook that DC must be loving the 60-degree weather right now, considering it's in the high teens in DC right now. But I can tell you this San Diego boy is awful cold.
It's chilly. Because we have no sun right now. It's a completely overcast sky that we have here in Las Vegas today. Menke swings and lines one to the shortstop.
Oh,
nice
what a
play,
catch.
backhanded by Ricky Lewis. And that is the inning. A hit and 1 left. And after 2.5, it's still 4-1 LA Fury on the Cloud Sports Network.
As we shared the passing of Carla Cash, we also can take a moment to reflect on the life of Ken Scarce, the former tournament director here for the Sin City Classic. Ken was a good friend to both of us here for both Rich and I. Rich, you served with him on as a various Naga committee areas.
For a year on the membership committee
yeah.
that he chaired. but my friendship with Ken grew from the World Series that Austin held in 2016, and our friendship just got stronger and stronger every year, and he always was there with an answer. Whether he knew the answer or not, he was always there with an answer, and it was usually the right answer.
We miss you, Ken. We're thinking about you a lot.
Jason Poplinski will lead off, and he hits one out into right center field, and drawing the beat on it is Drew Stone, and that's the first out here in the bottom of the third.
His presence is really sort of palpable all around this weekend. Just so many people thinking about him, and we're sharing reflections and memories.
Raymond Rivera hits a high fly ball out into left center field, and Jake Braddock makes the catch, and quickly 2 pitches, 2 outs. Matt Malin, the extra hitter, one of 2 that they're using in this game. The other one is Tommy Craven. Matt Malin hit a fly ball to left field in his previous plate appearance, so he's 0 for 1. He swings and hits one into left field past the third baseman for a hit.
Just received a Facebook notification that told me Gary Castro is watching our coverage right now. Hi, Gary. It's good to see you yesterday.
Ricky Lewis, the batter. Ricky Lewis singled his first time up. And Ricky Lewis hits one out into left center field rather, and the catch is made by Jake Braddock, and that ends the inning. A hit and 1 left, and after 3, 4-1 LA Fury.
Rich, coming up Easter weekend, April 15th through the 17th in Richmond, Virginia, Naga presents the Naga Cup, an invitational tournament for the best of the best in A and B Division tournament play. Check them out on Facebook at 2022 or 2022 Naga Cup. Then later in the year, y'all come to Dallas for the Gay Softball World Series, you hear? It's August 29th through September 3rd, and more than 200 teams are expected from all across the U.S. and Canada. Visit nagasoftball.org for more details, and check out the host city's Facebook page at 2022 Dallas Gay Softball World Series.
Matt Bearden to lead things off. Here's the first pitch to him. It's inside for a ball. Tommy Craven is now catching. As they make some defensive changes, Rafael Mercado goes to right field. Next one. Swung on and lined to the shortstop, and another nice play. He ended the inning backhanding one and goes to his forehand to catch this one. Ricky Lewis making 2 defensive gems. One to end the inning, one to start the inning. For Jake Braddock, who walked in his first at bat. He goes to second base, and underneath the glove and on into right center field. Hustling is Braddock, and he makes it into second base.
Hustling out of the box and all the way around, and for that he gets his shout-out read. Jake wants to give a shout-out to the Braddocks, the Braddockses, and the Randalls. And that, when you hustle around on a ball that scoots under the second baseman's glove and you get all the way to second base, well, you get your shout-out read. That's just how it works.
That's how it works. Jake Carson fly to right center field. And he goes up the middle. That's through for a hit. Braddock around third. He will score. No play. It's 4-2. Jake Carson with an RBI single for Roger Grant, who bounced into a fielder's choice to the third baseman in the second inning. It's now 4-2 for the Fury, and Roger Grant takes a ball. Roger Grant swings and hits a high fly ball out into left center field, and the catch is made out number 2. For Charlie Bruno, who singled in his first time up.
The whole team in general wants to give a shout out to DC and their league, the Chesapeake and Potomac Softball League.
Drew Stone is now the runner at first base for Jake Carson. He definitely has more speed than our friend Jake. And Charlie Bruno.
Jake, just know that Rich said that.
Yes, I said that. And that next pitch is a ball.
I want to go on record as having been innocent of that comment.
Would never get you into trouble. There's a walk. And so, 2 on with 2 out. Aaron Fischbach reached on a single his first time up. And the first pitch to him is illegal for a ball. 2-1. There's a swing and a slow roller down the third base line, fielded by the third baseman. He'll go on to first.
Just kind of stopped running.
And the inning is over. 5-3 on the putout. He could have touched third base, or did he? I don't know. But anyway, he threw to first, so the putout is made by the third baseman regardless. 1 run does score for the DC Rockets in the top of the 4th, and after 3.5, it is still the LA Fury 4 and the DC Rockets 2 on the Cloud Sports Network.
This year, the Asana Softball World Series will take place August 16th through the 20th in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Join an estimated 100 other teams comprised of cisgender women, trans men, non-binary, and agender athletes as they come together to compete in multiple divisions for the title of World Champion. Visit asanaseries.org for more info and like them on Facebook too at Asana Softball World Series.
First baseman Larry Ruiz to lead off in the bottom of the 4th with his team ahead by 2. High for a ball.
Oh, thanks. Just got the lineup for the
fly
next
ball out
game.
into light center field. Caught by Jake Braddock, and that's the first out here in the bottom of the 4th for Rafael Mercado. Mercado singled and scored. He hits a ground ball to second, fielded on 2 hops by Mace on to first for the second out of the inning. And here is Shane Giroux. Shane Giroux singled and scored in his previous plate appearance, and he takes a strike. The count is a ball and 2 strikes, and here is Fidel Reyes' pitch. And there's a ground ball backhanded nicely by the shortstop. Comes up with a nice throw to first base. That's a dandy play by Matt Bearden, and the inning is over. After 4, it is still 4-2 LA Fury over the DC Rockets on the Cloud Sports Network.
We mentioned earlier how the Asana Softball World Series is headed to D.C., and Tony Mace, along with some of his board member partners out there, are part of the host committee for the D.C. World Series, working very closely with Asana to bring it out there, and we're so excited to be able to head out there for that.
It'll be fun. You guys did a great job at Virginia Beach last year.
Very much looking forward to that, and very much looking forward to returning to the Nagage Softball World Series. There were some contractual issues with being able to be there last year because of the fields already had a streaming service there, so we couldn't go. Naga very much wished we were there, and we wished we were there too. That's a great relationship that we still love to this day. And in fact, we're going to talk a little bit more here in the next inning about a podcast we got to record with them that you got to watch.
Brian Forney hits a pop-up right behind home plate. A nice play chance for Tommy Craven. Unable to come up with the butts and hit high enough for him to actually get back to the fence. So it's a strike, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
But our audience had a good angle on that.
Yes, they did. He swings and hits one. Nice drive by Koflinski at second base. And the throw to first is in time.
Oh, my. Flashing the glove out there is LA Fury.
Some sparkling defense has been played by this team so far in this game. Here is Fidel Reyes, who fouled out. And he takes the ball.
And that pitch is out inside for a ball.
He walks.
Well, runs, really. Hustling down the line there.
Drew Stone has singled and singled again. And hits one to Ruiz, backhanded third. He tags the runner headed to second for the out. They get the lead runner, 3 unassisted on the putout. He was a little hesitant as to what to do. He didn't know whether he was going to throw to second base or tag the runner, because the runner was kind of slowing up as he left first base. Here's Tony Mace.
Nice base running, though. It kind of avoided the double play, so it was really well done by number 35, who's giving a shout-out, by the way, to his husband, Mark. So, hi, Mark.
Tony is 0 for 2. Takes another ball. And takes a strike here. Tony hits a base hit up the middle on into center field. And the ball gets by the right center fielder, Rivera, and goes to the fence. That'll allow a run to score as Drew Stone scores, and Mace winds up at third.
That's a good job from Tony to kind of come back from that 0 for 2 earlier in the game and get a big hit when it needs, and gets that RBI coming all the way around.
So now he's earned the shout out to our friends Todd Jones and David Quagg. Quagg and Todd not making the trip to Las Vegas this year. I'm telling you, we wish you were here. There's a long fly ball hit by Chad Menke out into left center field. That ball's got some carry. It's one off the fence. Mace will score to tie the game, and on the play, Menke to third, and he is in with a triple. The ball is backed up nicely by the pitcher, and so no advancement by Menke, and it is now 4-4.
In this battle between West Coast and East Coast, neither team wants to give this up.
Here is Matt Bearden. He is 0 for 2. He can give his team the lead. First pitch, high, deep. Here's a foul ball and almost hit the runner.
Chad wondering, what did I ever do to you?
2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's your sister.
Next time I tell you to get a haircut, or I'll give you one.
We're gonna call.
Gonna need a new Depends out there at third.
2 balls and 2 strikes. And there is a ground ball fielded by Ricky Lewis, who has had a great fielding day at shortstop. The runner is out, but 2 runs score in the inning to tie the game, and after 4.5, we're at 4-4 on the Cloud Sports Network.
This is an opportunity to talk a little bit about a podcast that we were able to record on Thursday. We were able to bring in Dr. Jason Poplinski, one of the co-tournament directors here at the Sin City Classic, and is playing in this game. We also got to spend time with John DeFee, the commissioner of NAGA, Angela Smith, the commissioner of Asana, and Sam Lehman, the treasurer of the National Gay Flag Football League. And together, all 5 of us had a really just great conversation about bringing your organization kind of out of COVID and putting your events on in the age of COVID. And then we had a great chat about Ken and kind of just looking forward what's coming up in 2022.
That got a little emotional.
It did a little bit. And we also had a great conversation about the efforts of DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and how important that is for these organizations.
Jamie Estrada to lead things off in the bottom of the 5th. Our game is now 4-4. in the bottom of the 5th. And the next one, there's a foul back.
Had a young fan come up and ask us how they can watch and what's going on. What are we doing over here?
Future softballer. That pitch is on the plate. He thought about swinging but held back. Fidel Reyes' toss is hit foul to the right side, and that is an out.
Holy cow, that's a foul.
Move it over. My God, that's the first time I've ever done that. I swore I'd never. Antonio Martinez is the batter. He singled.
Giving a shout out. Oh, sorry. Giving a shout out to his husband and his twins at home watching.
Hits one up the middle and in for a base hit. Ball fielded by the right center fielder. Cleanly gets it back in, so it's a single for Martinez. And that'll bring up Yuli Hernandez, the pitcher, who also singled in the 2nd inning.
Great job by that right center fielder to cut that ball off because that was a long single.
That's Drew Stone. And the first pitch to Hernandez. Swings in a short, shallow fly ball. Hit into left field. Jake Carson up and running, makes the catch. And that's out number 2. Tommy Craven, the batter. Craven takes the first pitch inside. And takes this pitch and hits one in the air to left field. Carson has a beat on it. It drops in front of him, though, for a hit. And on the play, Martinez makes it to 3rd. Here's Chris Halsey. He has flied to left center field and hit into a ground ball to the 3rd baseman. He's 0 for 2. Reyes' pitch. Ball inside.
You can follow Chris on Facebook for vegan bread recipes.
Is that true? It's ball 3. 3 balls and a strike.
I don't know if it is or not, but it should be.
Halsey takes a strike. It's 3-2. The full count delivery is hit into left center field for a hit. Martinez scores. Craven scores. It's a 2-run single for Halsey. So now we're at 6-4. As the Fury get back the 2 runs they surrendered in the top of the 5th. And this first pitch to Poplinski, Dr. Poplinski, is in for a strike. And the next one is hit to the first baseman. Line drive to the first baseman, caught by Aaron Fischbach, and that ends the inning. But 2-run score for the Fury. And we go to the top of the 6th. Our new score is the LA Fury 6 and the DC Rockets 4 here on the Cloud Sports Network. Pup Storley says this game has 10 minutes. We are at play here in the top of the 6th. And our score is the LA Fury 6 and the DC Rockets 4. Here in the visitors' half of the 6th inning, we'll have Jake Braddock, Jake Carson, and Roger Grant. Jake Braddock takes a strike. He has walked, singled, and scored. And he hits one to Larry Ruiz, who goes to the bag himself, 3 unassisted for the first out here in the top of the 6th for Jake Carson, who has hit a fly ball to right center field and singled to right center field.
Braddock had that shout out earlier, so we'll repeat it to the Braddocks, the Braddockses, and the Randalls. And the whole team has a shout out to DC and the DC Chesapeake and Potomac Softball League.
That pitch is illegal, as it was about 17 feet.
A Rick Larimore special there.
And the next one is short, 3-1.
Jake Carson takes a walk. And Roger Grant will bat. He has hit into a fielder's choice to the third baseman, and he has also flied to left center field on the day 0 for 2. His team trails by 2. And he swings and goes after the first pitch and hits one fair down the line and into the left field corner. Carson racing to third base will pull up there, and it's a double for Roger Grant.
Commissioner getting it done out there.
Hugged the line, and the tying run at second base. There will be a pinch runner, Jake Braddock, to come in, and he will be the runner for Roger Grant. Courtesy runner. Here's Charlie Bruno. He has singled and walked. And he hits one and out into left center field. Coming up and making the catch, and here is a tag by Carson, and Jake scores. It is now 6-5. Sacrifice fly RBI for Charlie Bruno.
We don't talk about Bruno in that RBI. It's a Encanto reference. There's a song in there. We don't talk about Bruno.
I don't know that one.
It's okay.
I'm a little too old for that.
Here's Aaron Fischbach. Aaron Fischbach batting with a chance to tie the game if he can deliver a single. He's got the tying run at second base, and here's the pitch. And he does hit one out into right field for a base hit. Runner comes around third. That's Braddock as the courtesy runner. He scores, and the game is tied. Aaron Fischbach delivers, and Brian Forney will try to continue the inning.
We've been treated to two pretty spectacular games here.
We sure have. Here's a ground ball up the middle and through to left center field for a base hit just past the outstretched glove of Ricky Lewis. It's first and second with 2 out for Fidel Reyes. He walked in his previous at-bat. Reyes swings and pops one foul down the first baseline. Craven giving chase, but no play.
So it's like a bad performance in opposed category. It's 6s across the board.
Got it. I got that reference.
Got that one?
I do, yeah. Reyes takes a pitch for a ball, 2 balls, 2 strikes. I didn't get the first one, though, so you'll have to, between games, tell me what I'm missing. Reyes takes this pitch and hits a very high fly ball into shallow center field. Raymond Rivera comes in to make the catch, and that ends the inning, but 2 runs score. And after 5.5, we go to the bottom of the 6th. Our score is tied 6-6 between the DC Rockets and the LA Fury on the Cloud Sports Network.
So Encanto is a new movie that's out right now. It's an animated feature film. Music is written by Lin-Manuel Miranda of Hamilton fame. And there's a song in there, We Don't Talk About Bruno. And Bruno is a character played by John Leguizamo, or voiced by John Leguizamo.
Okay.
So he's sort of the black sheep of the family in this family story that Encanto is about.
Okay.
So so we don't talk about Bruno. That's where the
Okay.
there's another.
I understand the reference now.
Yeah, there's another one I could have used, which is from another movie called Luca, which is on Disney Pixar right now. It's on Disney Plus right now, where they say Silencio Bruno, and that's another. You might hear me reference that later.
Okay. Raymond Rivera hits the first pitch out into left field. Jake Carson comes up, but the ball drops in front for a hit. And Rivera, running all the way, will make it to second with a double.
And the emphatic safe call out there by Pop Dorley.
Matt Malin will be the batter. And by the way, we are inside of 5 minutes to go in this ball game. Matt Malin swings and grounds one to the shortstop. Throw to first is in time. Matt Bearden on to Aaron Fischbach, and that's the first out. The runner held second. Ricky Lewis, the batter. He has singled and hit a fly ball to left center. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Ricky Lewis hits a fly ball out into left center field, and that ball is dropped by the, it looked like it was dropped. Nevertheless, a run is going to, no, is he out? He is safe as the ball was dropped by the catcher, Brian Forney. Couldn't see whether the left center fielder got his glove on it or not. The ball landed behind him. He threw back on into the cutoff man who threw home, and Brian Forney actually had a play.
He did. That was the ball beat him.
Rivera. Yeah, the ball did beat him, but the ball was dropped, and now the batter will be Larry Ruiz. And Ricky Lewis winds up at third base. And that pitch is a strike. Here's a fly ball hit out into right center field for a hit. Ricky Lewis will score. So an RBI single for Larry Ruiz. They've traded 2-run innings. DC scored 2 in the 5th and 2 in the 6th, and LA has scored 2 in the 5th and 2 in the 6th. Rafael Mercado, the batter, he has singled and grounded the second baseman. And he hits one in the hole between first and second for a hit. Ruiz around second will head to third. Throw comes back in. It'll be first and third with 1 out. Shane Giroux now can add to the team's lead, which is 8-6. Giroux swings and hits one down the right field line, and it lands foul.
So if we want to give them this after this game is over, give that to them, and it's
Very entertaining game so far.
12, 1, 2. Oh, we don't have that game.
8-6 our score here in the bottom of the 6th, and there's a fly ball at the center field. Giving chase and making the catch is the left center fielder, Jake Braddock. But on the play, Larry Ruiz will score, so it's a sacrifice fly, the 3rd run in the inning, and the new score is now 9-6. Jamie Estrada has singled and fouled out, and he fouls this one to the right side out of play.
1 minute left.
And there is a minute left in the ball game. There's a fly ball hit out into right field, and it drops in for a hit. Mercado will hold second, and it's a 2-out single now for Jamie Estrada, first and second. And Antonio Martinez will bat. Antonio today has singled twice and has scored a run. First pitch is deep. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and 1. And on this pitch, it's a strike call. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Martinez waits for this pitch. Clock has run out. Ground ball is hit to the shortstop, who touches second base. That ends the inning, and it also ends the game as the time has run out. There were 3 runs that were scored by the Fury here in the bottom of the 6th, and that makes our final score the LA Fury 9 and the DC Rockets 6.
We'll be back with more coverage after a quick break with the Houston Toros from the Montrose City Softball League and the Wicked from America's Finest City Softball League in San Diego. We'll be back after this. Stay tuned here on the Cloud Sports Network on the Sin City Classic Facebook page and YouTube channel.